Hey guys, of course it is Finn here, once again with your weekly video. It is Finn, F-Y-N-N. And yes, Manchester United, you beat Brighton. I'm so happy with the way you guys played, but of course it is Brighton, of course it is Brighton. You cannot celebrate too much. I cannot actually tell you how well I think we did play in general. Wow, Manchester United. That was not you guys. Where did that come from? Of course, Brighton was ahead of us before this match week, and now we are ahead of them. We are in 7th, and dare I say that we could get into the 5th or 6th place in the Premier League by the end of the season. I really do, because you look, Sheffield's ahead of us, Arsenal's ahead of us, and those are definitely teams that we could beat. And then you get to that troublesome area where it's like Chelsea, Leicester, City, well, not Leicester City, Leicester, Manchester City and Liverpool. That's going to be a tiny bit trickier, but you know what, my goal, if we get to 5th, I am happy. I mean, come on, get rid of that Mourinho celebration. Come on, we care about that 5. That 5 is what we care about. And I know it's a very controversial thing to say, but I think Fred played extremely well in that game. I mean, I know it's a very biased opinion, so let's get someone else's opinion on that.
Yeah. I agree on that.
See, I told you, another opinion. Now it's not biased. He's kind of cute though, isn't he? I do want to just mention the fact that I see so much potential in our youth. I know we go on and on and on about our youth, but I think we are looking so strong there. And my question to you guys, of course, I do ask a weekly question to you guys, or a videoly. Is that a word, videoly? A question every video to you guys, which I want you guys to answer in the comment section. I want to ask you guys, who do you prefer? Brandon Williams or Luke Shaw? Of course, when Luke Shaw gets back. I mean, personally, I'm a fan of Luke Shaw. I love the way he plays. Brandon Williams is still young, has a lot to learn. But I know lots of people already, I see all over social media saying Brandon or Williams over Shaw. Williams over Shaw when Shaw gets back. Shaw's got lots of competition now. So I want to ask you guys, who do you guys think is better? But wow, Brandon Williams had a phenomenal game. His first starting debut, his full debut as a Manchester United player. And I do have to say I'm very impressed. And I have to say, yes, I'm so glad there was a chance where Young was suspended, so he couldn't play. So I mean, that's just a bonus on top. That's just like the little Ashley Young cherry on top of the cake there. I mean, extremely happy with that. Overall, our defense looked very strong, and I do have to say it's interesting seeing Harry Maguire lead out the Lions. But for just once, next season at least, I want us to have like a constant captain. I don't want to see us swapping between captains. I don't want them to say Ashley Young's our captain, yet he's not a starter in our team, and then they give it to De Gea, then De Gea is playing, and then they give it to Harry Maguire. I mean, who's our captain then? I think we need a definite captain, and I mean, that's up to you guys. You guys can tell me in the comment section who you believe should be captain. But it's a very tricky one, but he did well. Harry Maguire did well in the captain position, and he did very well defensively. Lindelof, I could say the same, but he didn't do as much as Harry Maguire in my eyes, but still didn't make that many mistakes. They both played well. Wan-Bissaka, of course, wasn't that prominent, was kind of invisible throughout the game, but still made some pretty important tackles, defensive moves. He did have an amazing cross that almost went to Rashford, which Rashford missed from like literally half a meter out, or I don't know what the American term is. It doesn't matter. This football, European. Yeah, but I do have to say it was very impressive. But of course, making fun of Rashford's accuracy, if you haven't seen, I have made a video where I do make fun of Manchester United's accuracy and a bunch of stuff like that. I love that video so much. And of course, you can check that awesome video out in the description down below. Go check it out in the description. I loved making that video. There's the thumbnail, I'll put it over there. And overall, I think we played super well. Scott McTominay, I think lots of people said he was super class. He's our best midfielder. I totally agree with that. I'm sad they didn't give him that goal, but it would be a bit unfair because, I mean, the Brighton player basically just kicked it in. But I wouldn't have complained if they did give it to McTominay. I think he's seriously becoming a world-class player, and I can see him staying at United for years and years to come. And Pereira, of course, super well in that attacking midfield position. I saw so many people saying he played poor. I mean, that goal, of course, it did deflect to go in, but he had that hunger for the goal, which I absolutely love to see, guys. And overall, he just looks so strong, which is also very funny because 2 or 3 days ago, I worked days on a video of the best Brazilians in the Premier League. So squad going from goalkeeper, defenders, midfielders, and attackers, the best Brazilians in the Premier League. And I did list Pereira in my starting lineup for there, of course. once again in the description down below. But I do have to say, I'm glad I put him in that squad, because then he performs well, and it's like, yes, he performed well, and I put him in my team. I'm super happy with that. Yeah, overall I have to say Pereira did absolutely amazing job. As I said, Fred did a really good job. He almost got a free kick in, which would have been incredible. Rashford, of course, once again, just scoring just constantly now. I love to see that he's actually starting to score more and more, and it's interesting what Michael Owen said. Michael Owen said if you need an attacker to score about 30 goals a season, Rashford's not your guy. I partially agree with that, partially not. I think we still need to give him time. Yeah, I definitely think he still needs more time to decide if he can become that kind of attacker. I think he's got a lot of pressure on him, going from having someone like Zlatan and having someone like Lukaku to being like the main guy. Of course, he's got Martial, but Martial's a very similar boat. Martial had some very good passes in the game. I'm upset that he didn't score, but at the end of the day, a 3-1 is a very, very comfortable win, and I'm not going to complain too much about that. Daniel James, of course, is just like the fastest man on earth there. And I do have to say, Rashford showed a different level of hunger in this game. He really just showed that he wanted to score, and he was just unstoppable, especially his dribbling, some of the skills he showed. Amazing. Of course, other side, as I mentioned, Daniel James had some very, very good moments, and I'm very happy the way those like fast kind of wingers are working in the team. I think they're doing super well for United. Of course, Lingard came on. Everyone just, you know, where's the booing for Lingard? And then Lingard comes in. I think he had one or two like really good passes. At the end of the day, of course, nothing too incredible. He didn't do too bad, so I'm not going to go, you know, whatever. The goal that we did concede, I don't know if we could have stopped it. I think McTominay was just unlucky not to get to it. But at the same time, you know what, yeah, I think because McTominay was the player in front of him, obviously he could have been the one to get the header. But at the end of the day, it was just unstoppable. And I do think Brighton, their defense was very, very sloppy. But once again, they did show moments of good attack, which I always say every week in my Premier League prediction videos. But yeah, overall, I'm not upset with United. I can still hear that crossbar ringing from when Rashford hit it with his goal. It's still just like ringing in my head. Beautiful game, United. We need that kind of passion and hunger no matter what team you play. If you play a big team, I want that hunger. If you play a small team, I want that hunger. We need to have that kind of drive every week, week in, week out, no matter who you play. And I'm very happy to see us getting a win like that. We're into 7th, as I said. I think we can end up this season in 5th, and I'd be very happy. And I think, looking at obviously our competition, or our biggest rivals, City and Liverpool, it's very sad because it does look like Liverpool has now broken away. Yeah, I think if anyone could catch them, I wouldn't say it's City. I think Leicester City is the team to catch them if it was them. I think Leicester City are going to end up in 2nd or 1st. They're looking that good. Yes, I know, big shouts, but you know, that's my opinion. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. This is just me talking about, obviously, if I think our Manchester United players have improved, if I think what just the highlights were. I couldn't see too many negatives from that game. I think we played very well. Of course, some sloppy chances were missed that we shouldn't have missed. We couldn't have stopped that goal. But at the end of the day, I think we're looking very, very strong. And if Pereira can consistently do that, then I think we've sorted out our attacking midfield problem. But guys, of course, if you are new, please do subscribe. I'd love it so, so much. And if everyone here just shared this video with one person, it helps me out massively and changes my life, my heart, you know. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Love every single one of you. Stay awesome. This is Finn, FYNN. Cheers.